Beyond the initial shock and emotional pain, these women face challenges and decisions shaped by their immense wealth, social status, and media attention. From Mackenzie Bezos, who, after the historic divorce from her husband, devoted her life to philanthropy, to Maria Shriver, who focused on her passions and advocacy work. These wives of billionaires have responded in different ways to the infidelity scandals of their husbands. Let's begin with the true story of Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Bezos. After the historic divorce settlement in 2019, when Mackenzie Scott walked away with $36 billion in Amazon stock, she wasted no time in making her mark on the world. With enough wealth to make Scrooge McDuck jealous, she skyrocketed to the ranks of the ultra-rich. But what really made her stand out was her superhero-like dedication to philanthropy, proving that you can take billions but still give back a ton. In May 2019, Mackenzie made a pledge that stunned the world. She joined the Giving Pledge, a movement created by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett. This pledge is a commitment by the world's wealthiest individuals to give away more than half of their fortunes to charitable causes during their lifetimes or in their wills. Mackenzie's decision to join this elite group showcased her dedication to using her wealth for the greater good. Despite the intense media scrutiny, she managed to maintain a relatively low profile. Mackenzie shares 4 children with Jeff Bezos, and the couple has managed to co-parent amicably, ensuring that their children's lives remain as stable as possible amidst the public attention. Then later, she remarried. Her new husband, Dan Jewett, is a Seattle-based science teacher. The news was first reported by the Wall Street Journal and later confirmed by Jeff Bezos himself, who expressed his happiness and excitement for the couple. It's not every day your ex-husband gives your new husband a thumbs up in the press. Mackenzie and Dan's union was not just a personal milestone, but also a significant step in their philanthropic journey. Dan Jewett joined Mackenzie in her commitment to the Giving Pledge, writing a heartfelt letter expressing his excitement about their shared mission. He stated that he looked forward to the growth and learning he had ahead as part of that undertaking with Mackenzie. This statement highlighted their united front in using their resources to make a positive impact on the world. Talk about a power couple. They're like Batman and Robin, but with more donations and fewer capes. The couple's marriage brought a sense of normalcy and stability to Mackenzie's life. Despite her immense wealth and public profile, Mackenzie has always valued simplicity and authenticity. Her relationship with Dan allowed her to embrace these values fully. They lead a relatively private life, focusing on their shared passions and spending quality time with their blended family. Mackenzie's new marriage also provided her with a strong support system. Dan's presence in her life has been a source of strength and encouragement, allowing her to continue her philanthropic work with renewed vigor. It's the kind of love story that reminds you that sometimes, after the storm of a high-profile divorce, you can find a rainbow and maybe even a science teacher at the end of it. Because who doesn't want a partner who can turn your love life into a chemistry experiment? You know, the kind where the only explosion is the fireworks between you two. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates. As the world watched Bill and Melinda Gates' picture-perfect marriage unravel, juicy details of Bill's extramarital affairs started to spill out. Suddenly, the tech mogul who had been the poster boy for family values and philanthropy had a very different story. It was like watching Mr. Rogers turn into Darth Vader overnight. One of the biggest jaw-droppers was the affair Bill had with a Microsoft employee in the early 2000s. The whole thing blew up when she wrote a letter in 2019 detailing their fling and asking for a job upgrade. The letter ended up on the desks of a few Microsoft board members, triggering an internal investigation. An outside law firm confirmed that Gates had indeed crossed the line with the employee. Although Gates stepped down from the Microsoft board in March 2020, he insisted it had nothing to do with the affair. Still, the timing was suspicious, and the rumor mill went into overdrive. And that's not all. Gates was also known to have made advances toward women at both Microsoft and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. To top it off, his link to Jeffrey Epstein, the notorious financier and convicted sex offender, raised even more eyebrows. Gates met with Epstein several times starting in 2011, well after Epstein's conviction. These meetings led to all sorts of speculation about what they were really up to. Perhaps they were discussing how to code their way out of a scandal. Gates tried to play it cool, saying their chats were all about philanthropy and fundraising. However, the fact that he kept meeting Epstein despite his shady past didn't do Gates any favors in the court of public opinion. Melinda Gates wasn't thrilled about her hubby's friendship with Epstein either. Sources said her discomfort over the relationship relationship was one of the many strains on their marriage. Despite all the drama, Gates claimed he was innocent, stating that everything was consensual and that he never harassed anyone. However, his pristine image took a hit, and the gossip continued to swirl. His reputation went from tech wizard to tech wizard with a side of scandal. Their divorce became one of the biggest in history, with Melinda walking away with a sizable chunk of their fortune. While the exact figures were kept under wraps, it was rumored she got tens of billions of dollars. That's one way to hit the jackpot. Emotionally, the split was tough on Melinda, but she emerged stronger. She kept working through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and her own venture, Pivotal Ventures, focusing on gender equality, education, and healthcare. Elon Musk and Tallulah Riley. After Riley's final split from Elon Musk in 2016, Tallulah Riley's personal life took a new and exciting turn. In March 2021, Riley met actor Thomas Brodie Sangster while filming the FX series Pistol, a biographical drama about the punk rock band Sex Pistols. The two played a couple on screen, and their chemistry quickly spilled over into real life. Despite initial speculation about their relationship, Riley and Brodie Sangster kept their romance under wraps for some time. It wasn't until the British Academy Film Awards 2022 gala dinner that they made their public debut as a couple. The lovebirds were all smiles while walking the red carpet arm in arm, with Riley dazzling in a green sequin gown and Brodie Sangster looking dapper in a patterned three-piece suit that would make even a Sex Pistol proud. Their relationship blossomed over the next 2 years, and in July 2023, Riley and Brodie Sangster announced their engagement. Riley shared the news on Twitter with a heartfelt post, accompanied by a photo of the couple snuggled up on a blanket, because nothing says forever like cozying up in a picnic throw. Riley's engagement to Brodie Sangster marked a new chapter in her life, like turning the page to a much more interesting sequel. Despite a rocky past with marriage, Riley remained hopeful, proving that she's still a romantic at heart. While their relationship blossomed, Riley and Brodie Sangster mastered the art of staying under the radar while still being in the spotlight. They've been spotted supporting each other at various events and sneaking off on romantic getaways, making them Hollywood's favorite low-key couple. Their bond, built on mutual respect and admiration, has fans swooning. Riley's relationship with Brodie Sangster has brought much-needed stability and joy into her life. With both sharing a love for acting and storytelling, their connection only deepens. Brodie Sangster, famous for his roles in Love Actually and The Queen's Gambit, has also become Riley's muse, pushing her to explore new creative horizons. Besides her romance, Riley has focused on personal growth and well-being, often emphasizing the importance of self-care and mental health. She makes it a priority to carve out time for herself amidst her hectic schedule, showing that even in the glitzy world of Hollywood, sanity is worth its weight in gold. Riley's dedication to her own well-being helps her handle the pressures of fame with poise and resilience, proving that she can juggle love, career, and self-care like a pro. Elin Nordegren and Tiger Woods. The fairy tale marriage of Elin Nordegren and Tiger Woods fell apart in the most dramatic and public way imaginable. When Tiger's infidelities came to light, it wasn't just a personal disaster for Elin, it became a media sensation that grabbed everyone's attention. The scandal blew up in late 2009, but Tiger's cheating had started long before. It all started on Thanksgiving night in 2009. Elin came across an article online that alleged Tiger had an affair with Rachel Uchitel, a nightclub manager and hostess. The article claimed that Tiger and Rachel had been seen together in New York, sparking rumors of an affair. When Elin confronted Tiger about the allegations, he denied everything, insisting that the story was fabricated. However, Elin's instincts told her otherwise. Determined to uncover the truth, Elin went through Tiger's phone and found texts that confirmed her worst fears. It turned out Tiger had been scoring off the course too. Devastated and furious, Elin confronted Tiger in a rage, demanding answers. The argument escalated, and in a fit of anger, Elin allegedly grabbed a golf club and went after him. Tiger, in a desperate bid to escape, fled to his car and sped off. But his getaway was far from smooth. After taking sleeping pills earlier, Tiger felt groggy, lost control of his car, and crashed into a fire hydrant and a tree near their Florida home. The crash left him unconscious, and police found him and took him to the hospital with minor injuries. In the following weeks, Tiger's world unraveled faster than a cheap sweater. More than 15 women came forward claiming to have had affairs with him. The first to speak out was Rachel Uchitel, who initially planned to tell her story to the media but cancelled after Tiger paid her $10,000 to keep quiet. Unfortunately for Tiger, his hush money didn't cover everyone. Jamie Grubbs, a cocktail waitress and reality show contestant, went public with her story, revealing she had been Tiger's mistress for over 2 years and even released a voicemail from him. Then came Jamie Youngers, a lingerie model, who claimed Tiger had paid for her liposuction and that their relationship lasted over a year. The list went on. Holly Sampson, an adult film actress, Kalika McKean, a nightclub manager, Mindy Lawton, a waitress, and Corey Rist, a nightclub hostess. Each provided their own details of their time with Tiger, painting a picture of a man leading a double life. For Elin, it was a nightmare. She was humiliated and heartbroken, with her private pain becoming public gossip. Paparazzi camped outside her home, and reporters hounded her for comments. Her once private life became tabloid fodder. Tiger's career also took a nosedive. He announced an indefinite break from professional golf to focus on his personal life and seek treatment for his issues, checking into a rehabilitation center for sex addiction. But the damage was done. Seeking solace, Elin turned to her family and friends. Her twin sister Josephine flew in to support her, and they retreated to the French Alps to celebrate their 30th birthday away from the media circus. Elin needed time to process the betrayal and decide her next steps. The scandal marked the end of their marriage. Trust, the foundation of their relationship, was shattered, and the public nature of the scandal made it even harder for Elin to cope. The fairy tale had turned into a soap opera, and Elin chose to file for divorce. The proceedings were kept private, but it was widely reported she received a substantial settlement estimated to be around $110 million. Through it all, Elin remained composed and dignified, focusing on her personal growth and well-being. She turned the page on this chapter of her life and began writing a new one, far away from the prying eyes of the media. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver. Maria Shriver's life took a dramatic turn in 2011 when her marriage to Arnold Schwarzenegger ended in a scandal that shocked the world. The revelation of Schwarzenegger's affair with their housekeeper, Mildred Boehner, and the existence of his son, Joseph Boehner, born just days after their youngest son, Christopher, was a bombshell that shattered their 25-year marriage. But what has Maria Shriver's life been like since that fateful revelation? Born into the illustrious Kennedy family, Maria Shriver was no stranger to public scrutiny. Her father, Sergeant Shriver, was the founding director of the Peace Corps, and her mother, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, established the Special Olympics. Maria's uncle was none other than President John F. Kennedy. With such a legacy, Maria was destined for a life in the public eye. She carved out her own path in journalism, working as a writer, producer, and anchor at CBS News and NBC News. Her career took her around the world, interviewing some of the most influential figures in history. Arnold's public acknowledgement of his mistakes and his efforts to remain involved in their children's lives were crucial in maintaining a semblance of family unity. It's not every day your dad admits to a scandal that sounds like a daytime soap opera plot twist, but hey, that's Hollywood for you. Maria's resilience in the face of such a public scandal is nothing short of remarkable. In the years following her separation, she has focused on her passions and advocacy work. In 2018, she authored the best-selling book, I've Been Thinking: Reflections, Prayers, and Meditations for a Meaningful Life, which offered insights into her journey of healing and self-discovery. Her return to journalism as an anchor with NBC allowed her to continue her work in a field she loves. Because let's face it, when life gives you lemons, you write a best-selling book about lemonade. Maria's advocacy work has been a significant part of her post-divorce life. She has been a strong voice in the fight for women's rights, tackling issues like abortion law and gender equality. In 2017, she received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Alzheimer's Association for her efforts in raising awareness and funds for Alzheimer's research. Her dedication to this cause is deeply personal, as her father, Sergeant Shriver, suffered from the disease. Maria's journey has also been one of personal growth and reflection. In interviews, she has spoken candidly about the challenges of being a single woman in her 60s, a reality she never anticipated. Her divorce forced her to reevaluate her beliefs and adapt to a new chapter in her life, using her experiences to inspire others facing similar challenges. After all, life in your 60s can still be fabulous, even without the action movie star by your side. Despite the scandal and the end of her marriage, Maria Shriver has emerged stronger and more determined than ever. Her work in journalism, advocacy, and writing continues to impact countless lives. She remains a powerful example of resilience and grace, proving that even in the face of public humiliation and personal heartbreak, one can find a path to healing and purpose. Maria Shriver's life after the infidelity scandal and her separation from Arnold Schwarzenegger is proof of her strength and resilience. She has navigated the challenges of public scrutiny, personal heartbreak, and the demands of her career with grace and determination. Rupert Murdoch and Wendy Dung. The year 2013 marked a turning point in Wendy Dung's life. The world watched in shock as Rupert Murdoch filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The media frenzy that followed was relentless, with allegations of infidelity and betrayal dominating headlines. But as the dust began to settle, Wendy Dung faced the daunting task of rebuilding her life both personally and professionally. Wendy's top priority was always her daughters Grace and Chloe. Even amid the scandal, she remained a devoted mum, making sure her kids were shielded from the media frenzy. She fought tooth and nail to get Grace and Chloe equal shares in the Murdoch Family Trust, which controls a hefty chunk of News Corp's voting shares. Her hard work paid off, securing a solid financial future for her girls. After all, there's nothing like a messy, high-profile divorce to teach you the value of a good trust fund. On the professional front, Wendy was determined to blaze her own trail. Ambitious as ever, the divorce only fueled her drive. She continued her work. With ArtsEye, a major online art platform she co-founded with a star-studded team, including philanthropist and editor Dasha Zhukova. Wendy's involvement showcased her sharp business skills and passion for the arts. But Wendy didn't stop there. She dived into digital technology, a field where her ex-husband Rupert had some, well, oops moments. Remember the MySpace fiasco? Bought for $580 million, sold for $35 million. Ouch. Wendy, however, began mingling with startup companies, aiming to succeed where Rupert hadn't. Her social life remained as glamorous as ever. She was often spotted with Hollywood stars like Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman, fashion icons like Anna Wintour and Naomi Campbell, and tech moguls like Sergey Brin and Larry Page. Her charm and connections kept her gliding through elite circles with ease. Wendy was the socialite equivalent of a Swiss Army knife, equipped for every situation. In 2022, Wendy wowed everyone at the Met Gala in a feathered pink gown. Despite the past drama, she seemed to prefer a life out of the spotlight, focusing on business and personal growth. Yet her appearances at high-profile events showed she still had her mojo. Wendy's connections reached into political circles too. She was pals with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, and there were even wild rumors linking her to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Though those remain unproven, it's safe to say that if international intrigue were an Olympic sport, Wendy would have a gold medal by now. Steve Wynn and Elaine Wynn. Elaine Wynn's life took a dramatic turn following her divorce from Steve Wynn in 2010. After nearly 5 decades of building an empire in the casino and hotel industry together, the end of their marriage was like a dramatic final act in a Las Vegas show, complete with fireworks, tears, and a very expensive curtain call. The divorce settlement was one of the most expensive in history, with Elaine receiving an estimated $740 million in Wynn Resort stock. Despite the financial windfall, the split was a deeply personal and professional upheaval for Elaine. In the immediate aftermath of the divorce, Elaine faced the challenge of redefining her identity outside of her long-standing partnership with Steve. The couple had been synonymous with the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas, co-founding Mirage Resorts and Wynn Resorts, and transforming the city's skyline with iconic properties like the Mirage, Bellagio, and Wynn Las Vegas. Elaine's role in these ventures had often been overshadowed by Steve's larger-than-life persona, but she was determined to carve out her own legacy. It's like realizing you've been the magician's assistant all along and deciding it's high time you pulled a rabbit out of your own hat. Elaine's first step was to maintain her involvement in Wynn Resorts. Despite the divorce, she remained a significant shareholder and a member of the company's board of directors. Her presence on the board was not without controversy as tensions between her and Steve continued to simmer. In 2012, Elaine filed a lawsuit against Wynn Resorts, seeking to regain control of her shares and alleging that Steve had violated their shareholders' agreement. The legal battle was a bitter and protracted affair, highlighting the deep rift between the former partners. Professionally, Elaine focused on leveraging her extensive experience and business acumen to influence the direction of Wynn Resorts. She advocated for stronger corporate governance and greater accountability, pushing for reforms that would ensure the company's long-term success. Her efforts were not always welcomed by the board, but Elaine remained steadfast in her commitment to protecting the interests of shareholders and maintaining the company's reputation. On a personal level, Elaine faced the challenge of rebuilding her life after the end of a marriage that had defined much of her adult life. She sought solace in her philanthropic endeavors, which had always been a source of passion and fulfillment for her. Elaine had long been a supporter of education and the arts, and she redoubled her efforts in these areas, donating millions to various causes and organizations. One of Elaine's most significant contributions was to the University University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV. In 2013, she pledged $25 million to the university to establish the Elaine P. Wynn and Family Foundation. The foundation supports educational initiatives and scholarships for underprivileged students, reflecting Elaine's belief in the transformative power of education. Her generosity earned her widespread recognition and cemented her status as a leading philanthropist in the Las Vegas community. Elaine also found strength in her family and close friends. She has 3 children, Kevin, Gillian, and John, who have been a source of support and inspiration throughout her journey. Despite the public scrutiny and personal challenges, Elaine remained focused on her goals and continued to pursue her passions. In 2015, Elaine faced another significant challenge when Steve Wynn was accused of sexual misconduct by multiple women. The allegations, which Steve vehemently denied, led to his resignation as CEO of Wynn Resorts and a significant drop in the company's stock value. Elaine found herself at the center of the controversy, accused of orchestrating a smear campaign against her ex-husband. She denied these accusations, maintaining that her actions were motivated by a desire to protect the company's reputation and ensure justice for the victims. The scandal brought further upheaval to Elaine's life, but it also presented an opportunity for her to assert her influence and drive meaningful change. Justin Trudeau and Sophie George. Sophie George's post-separation journey is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. After parting ways with Justin Trudeau, she found herself at a life crossroads, needing to redefine her identity beyond their high-profile marriage. Before becoming the wife of Justin Trudeau in 2005, Sophie had a successful career as a TV host and reporter. Marrying Justin launched her into the national spotlight as the Prime Minister's wife, a role she handled with grace despite the relentless public scrutiny. Their relationship ultimately succumbed to the pressures of public life, leading to their split in 2024 amidst juicy rumors of infidelity. Amid the media frenzy following their separation, Sophie faced emotional turmoil but chose to channel her energy into personal growth. She sought therapy to navigate her feelings, confront vulnerabilities, and build a stronger sense of self. A longtime advocate for mental health, she began sharing her journey more openly, using her platform to raise awareness and reduce stigma. Professionally, Sophie rekindled her passion for public speaking and advocacy. Her separation gave her a renewed sense of purpose, focusing on women's rights, children's issues, and mental health. Her authentic and eloquent style made her a hit at conferences and events. Sophie also launched a popular podcast, interviewing experts and sharing stories on mental health, personal growth, and empowerment. Her candid and empathetic approach resonated with listeners, creating a supportive community. Listeners couldn't get enough of her witty insights and genuine conversations, making her the Oprah of mental health podcasts. Additionally, she teamed up with various non-profits, becoming a spokesperson for mental health and domestic violence campaigns. Her active involvement in fundraising, awareness campaigns, and policy advocacy earned her several awards and honors, proving that she's not just surviving, but thriving. Despite the split, Sophie and Justin kept the lines of communication open for their kids, Xavier, Ella Grace, and Hadrian. They navigated co-parenting with grace and respect, ensuring their children felt loved and supported. With a wink and a smile, Sophie is showing the world that even when life hands you lemons, you can still make a damn good lemon meringue pie. Sergey Brin and Anne Wojcicki. The infidelity scandal that led to the divorce of Sergey Brin and Anne Wojcicki was a seismic event in the tech world, but its impact on Anne's personal life was even more profound. As the scandal broke, Anne found herself thrust into an unwelcome spotlight, her private life dissected by the media and public alike. In the immediate aftermath of the scandal, Anne faced a whirlwind of emotions. Betrayal, heartbreak, and anger were just a few of the feelings she grappled with. The dissolution of her marriage to Sergey Brin, a man she had shared her life with for years, was a deeply painful experience. Anne's initial response was to retreat from the public eye, seeking solace in the privacy of her home and the company of her closest friends and family. Anne's role as a mother was another driving force in her recovery. She was determined to provide a stable and loving environment for her children, shielding them from the scandal's impact as much as possible. Anne's dedication to her children was unwavering, and she worked tirelessly to ensure their well-being. The bond between Anne and her children grew stronger as they navigated this difficult chapter together, finding comfort and strength in each other. Despite the emotional turmoil, Anne remained committed to her professional responsibilities. Her work at 23andMe was a source of purpose and fulfillment, providing a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos. Anne's dedication to the company's mission of revolutionizing personalized medicine through genetic testing never wavered. She channeled her energy into advancing 23andMe's goals, finding solace in the work that had always been her passion. However, her commitment to her personal growth and well well-being saw her through the darkest moments along with a healthy dose of laughter, a touch of sarcasm, and the realization that sometimes the best therapy is a night in with a good movie and a big tub of ice cream. If you enjoyed watching this video and would love to keep exploring more exciting videos like this, then go ahead and click on any of the cards on your screen.